Alright guys, we're still a little while off starting, I believe. I've been told that we're going to start a bit earlier than scheduled because that map was over so fast. What I'm going to do for you guys is just play the warm-up so you have something to watch rather than an AFK screen. I'm mute Mike, I've got a drink, a little bit of food, Soulcasting is Thursday work. I'll just mute myself and then we'll start as soon as this game goes live. Kazamex, you first, mate. Apex is here, guys. Just the coach is in right now because we're in warm-up. Chillax, you can see here, Apex. We're in warm-up, so NK will go off, Apex will play. Relax, it's gonna be okay. There you go. We should be live pretty shortly, boys. Here we go. Restarting match. As you can see, Apex on the server. So calm yourselves. It's going to be alright. And Flipsid, who are currently 0-9 in this EPL season, hoping they don't go 0-10 on Cobblestone. This is a map that they can perform decently on. Way back when they had simple... This is a map actually Flipside are pretty solid with, but how things have changed. So, let's see, Flipside. I personally think EnVyUs have this in the bag. I'll be very surprised if they lose this map. They have gone for full USPs with Kevlar, as Devil is trying to hide. Apex, meanwhile, is going to get 3 kills, double headshots, and finishing off Blade, who was tagged up from Happy. Solid work, EnVyUs on the start. The bomb's also been dropped. Apex is actually on for his ace. Can he land the one tap? It's not looking good for him, and down he goes. Markelov gets the upper hand, but Apex take a bow. That was pretty sick play. Taking everybody away. Markelov's about to get flanked from the side. Courtesy of Devil and EnVyUs starting Cobblestone where they left off on Nuke. Not much to say, really. Apex just going God mode. So let's see. We did see 5 assault rifles on Nuke, which obviously very different ball game altogether. This time it's going to be 3 with the SMG and MP9. So more standard stuff, more you'd expect, especially on a map like Cobblestone. You're expecting to see one of the SMGs get played around drop, which will be Kenny. He's actually going up into long instead. This is farming towards his AWP. And meanwhile, the MP9 will be picked up by Happy, who is in stables currently. Game just randomly alt-tabbing again. I don't understand why my game's doing this all of a sudden. It's actually unreal. I need to look into this. It's really getting on my nerves. Either way, apologies, you did miss the one frag. Markolov is going to answer back onto MBK, and Blade, meanwhile, is going to be flashing overwards. It's going to allow World Edit to actually push through, but it's getting S, who's going to have to mention place on B long, is going to do the damage. 2 frags come in, and now it's all on Waylander with his Tech 9 in hand. Only MBK has died in this round too. He did drop an assault rifle. I believe it was a FAMAS that he ended up dropping. So let's see if EnVyUs can get their hands on it. Eating bullets. Going to be Molotoving out, making sure the sneakers have to come out into the open. But that will also allow them to headshot him. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I got a new headset a couple days ago. And ever since then, Realtek keeps alt-tabbing me to tell me that my headset's been plugged in. Even though it's plugged in the whole time. Even though the headset's working no problems, like no sound drops or clipping or anything. And so it's really getting on my nerves. I don't know why it's doing it. If there's a sync delay, guys, refresh the stream. It's an issue with Twitch. Happens quite often, unfortunately. Devil with a double molly frag. Alright then, it is an eco, so it can't really get too carried away, but it's not something you see every day. Devil should get third too if Markolov keeps peeking out. Thinks better of the decision. Just Glocks in the hands of Flipside, so it's not a case of hoping to get really anything done in this round. And there's got a total mow down. Good news for EnVyUs as they keep all players alive. Plus, Kenny S has got himself a lot of firepower. He could drop the MP7 in favour of an AWP. It's just purely personal preference at this stage. He may very well just keep it, honestly. I'm curious. Is Kenny S going to keep this? Yeah. No, he's not. He actually switches at the last couple moments. I was going to say, if he did keep it, I feel like a caliber of team that was higher up than Flipside, he probably would shift to an AWP. So I feel like that is like the percentage play, right? Kenny is the kind of player who wants the AWP as much as he possibly can get it. So makes sense he drop it in the end. Devil getting 2k. We don't see that often. Mate, he's been playing well today. He's been playing well recently. I've been gradually warming up to him. He's been pulling his weight, bruh. A couple months ago, or a few weeks ago, and I'd be like, right on board with you. But Devil was real. I think he's earned his normal stripes now. Blade picked off courtesy of Happy. He's looking for more. Here we go. Misses out on the spray, but he's going to flash and actually bounces off the arch. Back towards him. Doesn't hit either of the terrorists. Now he only has a USP to play with. Apex is the next player up and double frags for him. Flipside, seemingly like they have no answers whatsoever for EnVyUs. It has been a difficult game to watch. I'm not going to lie. In terms of how one-sided this has been throughout. Flipside only picked up 4 rounds on Nuke. And the early signs don't point for much better here on Cobblestone. Waylander is going to salvage a kill. This does open up B, but you can see Devil's moving into position. There's the first frag. Gets dropped to 14, but buys up enough time for the rest of Apex. And Kenny has to get there. Kenny needs to be coming through drop zone. Markolov in the meanwhile behind the site. It's a flashbang to the face, and there's the spray down. Apex with 3 in the round. Moves to 7-1. 4-0 overall for Flipside. Electronic and Blade both yet to frag alongside MBK, although he hasn't really been required to kill, honestly. The rest of his team has been carrying him just fine. I'm the co-caster now. Flipside's B takes them sloppy. They've got to improve. It seems slow there, Rabbit. That's the issue with Flipside, right? And it's the same thing on most of their maps. They're kind of like budget Navi in how they approach a lot of things. Like, they're quite a slow team. I'm talking about Waylander getting a Tech 9 spray because, honestly, Devil should come in and clean this one up by himself. There's the 2 frags. Could even get a third as well. He spots Electronic. He's going to dart back. Nice tap, though, with the Tech 9. I'll give him credit. Decent frag. Blade narrowly dodging the AWP shot, but can't dodge the Deagle. 5-0. I mean, the problem with Flipside is that they are just quite a slow team, and I've always felt that they're a kind of team that struggle to come up with plays on the fly. They're not the most adaptive team, you know? If things don't work out, typically they just get completely brutalized. And that's what we've seen today. So for this round, Flipside do have a buy. They're not going to be playing aggro. Actually, very passive. You can see they're setting up for any CTs who do go looking. But at this point, they're playing reactive Counter-Strike. And on the CT side, that's fine. But on the T side, it's really rough. Especially considering that EnVyUs haven't shown themselves to get carried away and push out and get themselves fragged in the first place. So something needs to change here. It's a decent flash. It forces Apex back. You already realised what was coming at him, though, so he turned his back. He's not going to get caught today. So Flipside are now able to take control over danger and also long. But that's really only half the battle. It's all in good getting long and danger. You've got to do something with that. And that's where they've been struggling thus far on their T side. You can see right now, Worlded and Waylander are here. They do have smokes. They've got 4 smokes to play with. But that flash destroys Worlded. Hey, Kenny with a beautiful double. Oh, Kenny, have my babies. Sexy, sexy man. Apex with double spray down. Markelov, good luck to you, sir. Can you get more than 1 frag? No, you can't. That second flick that Kenny did was disgusting. Like, the first one is solid with the flash. But that second one is... That's the god status right there. Mate, I'd go full Kappa Pride for that play. It's a bit much to say that play was sick. I don't think so. Kenny's on another level when he's performing. And here he is. Confidence player. Flipside. I will say Flipside was so strangely static. Like, they all burst out and they just sat in the open. So it's easy pickings for Kenny. But there we go. 3rd kill. He's now moved himself on 11, 0, and 0. How many kills? Okay, normally I give you predictions of like what the overall score is going to be. Who cares? Honestly, EnVyUs are winning this. I can't see how they don't. I want to know, how many kills do you think Kenny's going to get before he dies for the first time? I'm going to say 14. I think he's going to get 14 for 0. And then he's going to die. What do you guys reckon? How many frags before Kenny bites the dust? $15, 17, 26, 70. Alright, mate. So now he's up to 12. He's getting there. 13. People who said 12, rip. You all lost. You all lost horribly. I said 14, so I'm still in this. I'm still in this. World Edit with the Deagle is also still in this, but probably not for much longer. A minute to play with, maybe a couple frags to be had if he positions correctly. I say 19. Nice one tap. Apex will feel the force of the Juan. Devil is next up to the chopping block, and, well, he becomes the executioner. World Edit's head goes a-rolling. EnVyUs keep wrecking. 8-0. What do you say? I have no idea. It's been 2 bloodbaths of maps. Yeah, I've been having issues with Twitch lately as well, EAS. Quite a lot of issues with it actually, so I don't know. It's a bit rough, isn't it? Okay, round 9. Kenny, 13-0. I want to see if I'm correct now. It's so close, I can almost taste it. I can feel it, bro. He's up on the B long. Now, he's been here a few times, so obviously Flipside are going to know this, but really, the struggle isn't knowing. In this case, it's what do you do with that knowledge? You said 17, and you're going to win. We'll see, Jay. We'll see. We will see, good sir. He said we or she. That just wouldn't make any sense. See, my brain's going right now. One flip sides. Again, it's a slow round. You don't really expect too much else from them on their T sides. They're not really the kind of team that is going to charge in and do executes like the attacks we're doing a lot of recently. It doesn't make for the most entertaining viewing, especially when they're getting lampooned this hard. There's a word I haven't used in a while. Kenny S with his magic stick. 30 seconds left. Flip side, please. Come on, do something. The bomb hasn't even been picked up yet, boys. You're going so hard off entry frags, it's unreal. And you've been getting wrecked in 1v1s throughout. 20 seconds now. The bomb has to come B. That's going to be into the hands of Kenny S. No, Kenny, don't do this to me. Kenny, don't do this to me. Why? Kenny, please. Down he goes. I have lost. Anyone that said 13 is correct. And it seems like EnVyUs are going to just straight up time out the T's. And flip side, that is a horrific round. You got kills, you killed the entire team, but come on, bro. Executing onto the site with 25 seconds and literally just being timed out is... that's unforgivable. Hey, whoever said 13, congratulations. You are a winner. So, EnVyUs all die, but they still keep the wins coming in. That's the closest flip side have been. Maybe that's a sign of things to come. Grenade does a good chunk of damage, just shy of 50 in total between World Edit and Blades. Going to be trying to force the issue. He's by himself though. He's going to try and get himself around the window. Nice frag. This is the best chance. Judging from the positions of the terrorists, this is by far the best chance they've had at picking up a round. There's still a minute left to play with. They have decent control over mid. Markelov has to do something with this though. And now he's about to get encircled. And I'm really surprised that Electronic didn't follow him up. Maybe that's a case of him being the stand-in. But you can see now Markelov is effectively behind enemy lines by himself. And he's going to get a second frag, which is huge. But Electronic, who was just behind him, has now decided to go back, so they've lost all that flanking power. What is happening here, flip sides? World Edit has to try and salvage this round, but he's not. And he's what I'm talking about, right? So let's just draw a couple of things here. Markelov's comes through. He's around here. At this point, Electronic's about here on the map, right? Why doesn't he come through as well so they have two players in connector as opposed to just Markelov? As soon as Markelov dies, they're all in on A. They have no flanking potential. They've lost all that power. And I just don't understand it. You had a real hope into this round. Now again, it's Electronic, so maybe it's a case of being the stand-in. He doesn't fit in with the strats or whatever, but you'll often see teams when they get that window control into connector, they'll shove 2 or 3 players through, and the whole point is you pincer around onto the A site. So I just don't understand that play at all. I'm going to keep harping on it because I have nothing else to analyse because this game's been a complete wreckage. 16-0 coming up. I'm not so sure about 16-0, but I think it's going to be similar to the nuke scoreline. For sure. It may be worse. Close up on the mic.
You right, S Milan? How you doing, mate? Is this creepy yet? It's creepy for me.
$16-0, yes. I'm going to go for 16-3. I think Flipside will go on a bit of a winning streak. The what faces, love it. Brilliant. It's done it again. Why are you all tabbing me, telling me my headset's plugged in? I know it's plugged in. I can hear the game. Trash PC. I need to get that fixed, otherwise I'm going to tilt off the face of the planet. You just randomly alt tabs me, boys, for no reason. Has anyone ever had that issue? They know what to do. I'm waiting for someone to say, like, throw the PC out the window. Alright, Apex, come on, bro. Okay, let's shift away then, go TV. That makes sense. Auto director or whatever. That flash is on point though, by the way. MBK cannot see a single thing. Solid flashbang, and now Flipside, come on. Stop the 16-0 rot. Come on, you can do this. Happy with one. Narrowly misses out on the double spray down, and that's on Kenny S. The way he's been playing, he's currently 14-2. I mean, he could get a couple kills here, but surely the terrorists are going to have too many players to contend with. Number one goes down. Blade gets demolished. Can he actually knocks the murder hole? The idea here is maybe play some mind games. Going to be flashing his way out. Kenny. For a second I thought he was going to flick onto Markolov's head, and then I was going to lose my marbles. So the 16-0 dream is dead. Flipside have picked up one round. 30 kills between Apex and Kenny. That is exactly the amount of frags that Flipside have. Wait, is my maths good here? So you got 21, 20... No, my maths is bad. Alright, rip. I jinxed it. I thought I said Flipside will get 3 rounds. I jinxed nothing, mate. Just close the background task and task manager. I'll have a look into that, Sam. Cheers. As I said, I got a new headset like yesterday, day before, and since then it's been doing it just randomly. I don't know why. It's really annoying. Tell us about your rank in CS, Global Elite. Which doesn't really mean anything, to be honest. Another slow round. Who would have guessed? Flipside playing slow. Kappa no Kappa. Although Markolov is playing aggro, so he's actually hiding in the smoke. I believe he's in drop or just outside of drop. I'm not entirely sure on his location at the moment. So he's actually in drop, yeah. He's in the secondary room. Molly's burning him. He uses smoke to keep himself alive. So EnVyUs playing the passive defense out of drop zone. Every case one of the players. He's going to convert to the frag. Not just yet. Runs out of bullets and will end up actually dying. What is happening? The CTs are actually coming out second best on this. Devil. Devil, please. He got too greedy. He wanted to kill them all. Oh my god. Look at the health on Flipside. 4, 6, 12, 9. Thought Devil might get a few kills there. He's like he was caught in several minds as to who he actually shoots at. So there's the 2 rounds. EnVyUs will have a buy in this, and they'll be able to rummage together a buy into the next round if they lose this, of course. There's the Devil we know and love. I do feel sorry for him though, because he saw so many players, and I think he shifted off the first one, assuming that he actually landed the frag. He was in one of those positions where he kind of panicked rather than securing the guaranteed kills. But hey, EnVyUs is still so far in the lead. Will it end up mattering? Who knows? Speaking of Devil, here he is. What's your take on the case hardened 5.7? I'm personally not a fan. Unless it's like fully blue, I think it looks absolutely horrible. I know there's some case hardened diehards now that despise me and everything I stand for. It's alright, we'll get along. Apex and Happy, the 2 A defenders, have spotted damage coming their way. Blades, who is currently 3 for 12, 2 for 12, pardon me. It's Waylander that's 3 for 12. That's just below him, is struggling, and Blade is going to be the man to do this. How? How is he here? Hello? EnVyUs? I just cut myself off, but what the hell? You have 4 players on A and no one saw him go into doors? EnVyUs, please. It's not going to matter. Now Devil, the man with the 5.7, on B by himself. So they sent the 5.7 wielding player onto B. There's so many questions over my head right now. I simply don't understand, but maybe the retake is going to be on point. MBK on the rock. On Dwayne with the 2 frags, flexing his biceps. Electronic's going to die next to now. Markelov in drop. They know he's here. And the retake is real. Monkey Business 5-7. That's solid. I like it. I quite like the, what's it called? The Scumbria or whatever. I thought I'd hate that skin, but I actually saw it in game. It's pretty nice. I like the simplicity of it. NA caster. Yeah, dude. Can you tell by my thick American accent? So yeah, the first map was 16-4 to EnVyUs on Nuke. After this map, we will have G2 up against Heroic in another 2 maps. That should make for a really fun match, actually. I'm looking forward to that one. World Edit actually gets the opening pick. One of the first times we've seen that for Flipside, and World Edit hasn't had a great deal of ops at his disposal. On 6 kills currently. Safari mash. I just threw up in my mouth. Nice shot, Apex. Partially saw him as he jumped across and dinks him through the wall. Finishes him off as well. Markelov, meanwhile, has consistently done this in drop zone. Markelov has been maybe the man that you'd put at the top of the board for Flipside. Maybe not in terms of frags, but definitely in terms of impact. Apex is going to fall down with Electronic getting a double. Actually, Markelov is top fragging as well. I wasn't entirely sure about that statistic, but he got 15 kills in the first half, and his team just got battered 12-3. So, Markelov, sir, that's some pretty solid play. Unfortunately, he's on an island by himself, and his back is getting carried. Did I say his back's getting carried? What? What, Vince? English, please. His back's getting tired from the carry is what I was going for. Mouth didn't want to work though, of course. The new AK's ugly. Agreed. What's it called? The Neon Revolution. It's like... Do you know what I first thought when I saw that gun? I just thought of the Suicide Squad, you know, the Joker. I literally just thought, if the Joker was in that movie with an AK-47, that's the skin he'd have. Like, it's just almost as if the AK was in a paint shop and the paint shop just exploded with colours. It looks horrific. Is this live? No, we're in warm-up, guys. It's half-time. Waiting for the second half. AFK rewind. Yep. Fuel injector. I'm not sure if I like the fuel injector, man. I kind of go back and forth on that gun. I think that's the one that Apex has, right? Let me have a look. Oh, come on, Apex. Don't Glock block me here. Don't blue balls me. Show me your AK. Out of context, of course. That's probably the worst thing I've said all day. Brilliant. I'm pretty sure Apex does have the fuel injector anyway. Wasteland Revel. Nah, I'm not a fan, bro. I'm waiting. There we go. Yes! I was right. He has a fuel injector. Come on. I don't know. I feel like I prefer the fuel injector Tech 9 as opposed to the AK. I just really like the red line AK. It's cheap. It's solid. What's your thoughts on the Fire Serpent? I really like it, but it's like basically the same price as a house. So I'd rather just like, you know, have a roof over my head. Have a guess on how many kills Blade will get by the end of the game. My guess is 8. Right, what's he on now? I don't even know what he's on, because it kind of resets and everything. I think at one point I said he was on like 3 for 12, so I'll guess that EnVyUs will win the pistol and I'll win the 16-3. I'm going to say Blade ends the game with 5 kills. Aquamarine Revenge. That's a solid rifle, I quite like it. Frontside Misty's too bright for me. It's the same issues I have with the AK and AK Neon. Vulcan's good. I've liked the Vulcan for ages. I mean, the Vulcan's been around since nearly the beginning, right? Like, that was in one of the first cases, I believe. I feel like the Vulcan's been around a long-ass time. Right, so how many kills does Blade have? Blade's on 2. Oh, do I wanna stick with 5? I'm gonna stick with 5 kills for Blade. What do you guys reckon? Here we go. Anyway, I mean, I want to be wrong. I want Flipside to mount a huge comeback. I've always liked Flipside as a team. They're always sort of the underdogs, and who doesn't love an underdog story? But man, they've been out their depth this game. Consistently out their depth. Both maps going very one-sided. Electronic is going to check the corner. There's no reason not to, especially against EnVyUs. You know, Happy is likely lurking in a similar position to that. Devil up mid. Flashbang in his face. It's not going to deter him from pushing up. He's going to use the smoke to his advantage and get all the way around the back. Should have the free kill into a Waylander. Potentially a second kill on top of that. Devil, he is going to go down, but did so much damage before dying. MBK, overkill into Electronic. Only needed 1 bullet to his body and he was the dead man. Markelov's managed to snake his way round through long A, so he will have the drop on the terrorists. They have no idea he's here. You can see him looking towards the balcony side, but MBK are playing this one smart. They know the balcony's clear for now. They also had the crossfire down, so planning behind the site for the barrel side is very intelligent. Markelov's hoping someone walks out into the open, but there's no reason terrorists would at this point. So he has to get a move on. He's a monster in the first half, and he can actually clutch this. You know, MBK is going to be doing some damage, but look how low both these players are. They've 1 and 10 HP, respectively. Markelov is going to land both frags. He should have enough time to defuse as well. Markelov, sir, you are an absolute monster. He's top fragging almost. 7 for 11. Kenny S is the only player with more kills, and his team were 12-3 behind. Second pistol's been picked up. Well then, I thought EnVyUs would win out from here, but Markelov has other ideas, and I love to see this. He also dropped to 25 at DreamHack Bucharest. Can't remember the map because I've got goldfish memory, but trust me, he dropped to 25. Maybe someone can tell me in chat. So, rip the 16-3 prediction. I'm garbage. Any takers for 16-12 for Flipside? That nade was so close to being perfect, but Apex pushed just before it detonated. It's only winged him a little bit. Markelov now on the rock by himself. I'm sticking on board with him because he has been the standout player for Flipside. I want to see what he can do in this position, but let's have a look at Blade then. Back to the site he goes with the UMP. The bomb was planted by EnVyUs. A solid result for this round. They would obviously want more than this. Devil's going to be going through the smoke, using this to his advantage. No one's checking for the CTs. Devil very nearly gets himself a couple of kills. Happy now is the next player to step in with the Tech 9. It's good for 1 kill now. MBK has a Galil. And the CTs encircle him. And again, Flipside survive. Look at that health. You can see how your Blade prediction goes. So he's on 4. I said 5 kills. So I think I'm going to be wrong. I can't see him getting less than 2 kills from here. Considering this is like a full-on eco. Almost. Actually, it's not. They're going to go for Deagles. It is EnVyUs, I guess, in a bomb plant, so that makes sense. Why don't they play a time? I think it was a case, Nature there was a smoke down on the site and they were worried in case the bomb was getting defused. That's why Devil went in first, just charged through the smoke, and then Happy had the same idea, so... I mean, honestly, it's hard to fault EnVyUs in that position. World edits, 18 health off Apex, he's looking to finish off the other 82. Let's do a little bit of damage, eats a bit himself though. And so far these deagles haven't gone off any kills. Happy Team Solo Wrecked. That deagle name though. Well done, BK. There's the one. Tagged up. Need to be very careful here, the CTs. They're on the brink of being completely overrun on the site. Markelov switches to a grenade, a flashbang, just to try and stave off the initial charge, and that is going to buy up enough time for the Finn of Waylander to move in through the doors. And he's going to come out second best against the P250, because why the hell not? And now Flipside in a 2-on-5, albeit with 3 very low players on EnVyUs. Happy spots ahead, converts it into the frag. Swift AK, or M4, pardon me, work. Assault rifle doing the damage. Electronic now does drop the bomb on the other side of the door. Hasn't picked up, and that flashbang derps and goes in the eyes of the EnVyUs members, which very nearly costs Kenny S's life, actually. 15 seconds left. Electronic has a real chance. He picked up the second frag, but MBK will get the job done. 13-5, and Flipside. How's their economy looking? They will have a buy, but what the Waylander and Blade get here? Pistols, probably, I assume. Maybe Blade will think about the same for a bit more utility. There's a call for maybe an SMG, maybe a Mag 7, but it's rough. Happy tosses up the Molotov. Flipside, I'm going to keep 3 players on B and more of an aggro A-long hold for now. I thought maybe they might boost somebody up into the long boost. It's not a terrible play, especially for like of a 5-7. We'll let it does connect the shot into Apex. But now EnVyUs have their sights set on the B side. You can see an aggressive push from Electronic though. Oh, and he goes down without any frags. That's pretty important. Markelov does have an M4, and if he can rain off some serious bullets, this could still be salvageable. They don't even check the staircase, and that flashbang destroys EnVyUs. Markelov gets 2. Takes it down into a 2-on-2 now, 50 seconds, and the 10 to Blade probably isn't going to prove to be too useful in this position. And now he's the last player left. The spray runs out of bullets. Down he goes. EnVyUs 14-5. And after that force spy, Flipside will have nothing. Do they want to force again, or do they want to play for overtime? Well, it's already gone in for the Kevlar, so that maybe answers the question. So, combined over 2 maps, Flipside have picked up 9 rounds. Can they get 10th? Kenny S make sure that it will not survive after plucking out Apex. A decent trade, all things considered, but Flipside just have far too many obstacles to navigate over. Electronic goes for the aggressive play. He gets punished next, and that for me could be the beginning of the end here on Cobblestone. See here, Waylander all by his lonesome with a Deagle. Hasn't really done too many big plays today. It's just going to be his moment to shine. There's the first one. Able to also get away onto the stairs. Playing a very dangerous game of cat and mouse, which will come second best. On and now Blade and Markelov with their 5-7 and Deagle. Alright, Blades. Oh. Why you do this? Okay, so Blade has to get 1 kill in this next round. Come on. He's going to have a 5-7. Favorite pro player? I suppose players that I find the most entertaining. I find Snacks really fun to watch. I like watching Snacks a lot. VP as a whole are a very entertaining team to me. Plus it's the whole will they or won't they show up. So World Edit and his scouts are going to get destroyed. Standard. And now EnVyUs aren't going to just obliterate their way through mid, because I'm not entirely sure if there's more of a crossfire setup. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary to have, in this kind of situation, a player baiting out and then having a crossfire set on mid. I think the task to do this a lot. It's Magic and MSL that typically play those positions in the mids. Alcoves. Blades. Come on, sir. Do it. One kill is all I ask. One kill, Blades. You had one job and you didn't do it. And that's probably the map over. EnVyUs will cruise to a 16-5 lead unless Electronic can pull off a 1-on-4. There's the first. Molly's also going to keep him at bay, so EnVyUs is playing this one perfectly. Electronic will go down. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. EnVyUs take it very comfortably in the end, 2-0. With Flipside only getting 9 rounds collectively. Next matchup will be G2 against Heroic, and that will be starting fairly shortly. I'm not entirely sure on exactly how long, but I assume it will be in the next 10 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to cut back to a break, get myself some food and a drink. I suggest you guys do the same. Also trying to figure out why Realtek keeps alt-tabbing me. It's really, really annoying. And when I come back, we'll be live for the second matchup. So stay tuned. See you soon.